like, yeah, I'm not
It's
going on
radio.
TV. Yeah, there you go.
It's radio.
Well, we want to start off this segment with the results from the Top Gun, which we hosted live remote at Six Pockets last weekend. That was a 200% payout tournament, invitation only. What qualifies a player for the Top Gun is they are in the top 25% of their skill level bracket within their division at the end of a session. Sam, were you invited?
I didn't. I did not, play that well this past session. And no, I didn't. It's sad because I did do it once. My very first time, my summer session last year, or fall session, I qualified. That was one of my goals. But this time I didn't do so well. So yeah. No, I didn't do well.
I was there. Does that count?
You were there and didn't get to play. That does not count.
Oh, wow.
So is it on your goal for this session?
It is. I mean, I don't think I'm going to make it for summer session if they have that. But again, I'm going to make the fall session goal. Absolutely. Always.
Okay. Well, in 8-ball, the overall winner was Frank Parker, a skill level 4. The runner-up was George Roberts, a skill level 7, and third place tie was Kevin Duell from Gunnersville, a skill level 5, and Jim Hutto from Decatur, a skill level 3. So it just shows in the APA anybody can play and everybody can win.
Absolutely. I mean, you know what? To even qualify for something like a regional board, or a singles board, or anything like that, I know a lot of low skill level players, 2s and 3s, even 4s, sometimes get a little intimidated when they go and do boards and stuff like that, or Top Gun or anything like that, because they're automatically thinking, I'm going to have to wind up playing a 7. You know what? Take that chance. Take that chance to play a higher skill level.
Well, the equalizer system is in place for a reason. And when we talk about skill levels, the lower your skill level number is, that means you're least experienced in the sport of pool. And then the higher, you've got more experience. And we have races where if a skill level 7 ends up playing a 4, the race is a 5-3. So that 7 has to win 5 games before that 4 wins 3.
Yeah.
I'd get happy if I could win one game. Just saying.
You have had a rough week here, my friend.
I have had a rough 6 weeks. I literally think I've won one match in 6 weeks. I have a lot of fun.
And well, that's what we're about. We are about the fun factor.
Right. Having said that,
Uh-oh.
it would be really, really cool to win a game.
To win again.
We'll
That's all
try
I'm
to work
saying.
on that for you. I'd like to recognize the 9-ball overall winners. Chance Rossick out of Chips and Salsa, skill level 6. Runner-up was James Allison, who plays out of so many host locations. I could not mention them all. He's a diehard pool player.
Yes, he is.
He's a skill level 4. Third way tie between Randy Bobitz, she's a skill level 2, and Ernest Preston, a skill level 4. If you want to see the full boards, we have those posted on our Facebook page, which is the American Pool Players Association of North Alabama, or you can go to our local website, northalabama.apaleagues.com, to see the full payouts and the full boards. Kim, let's talk about your problem.
You know what?
She just threw her glasses down. I'm over it.
I literally had a friend of mine come and help me. Like, he took time out of his busy day to come and help me try to play and figure out what was going on. We went to Steve's Q and Grill, which I love to shoot there. They got amazing food. They are one of the show's sponsors, by the way. But so we went, and like for 2 hours. And again, I mean, I would get so close, and I just couldn't. I really just couldn't. I just don't know what's wrong.
Are you playing attractive men, Kim?
I'm playing. It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's what she's saying.
It really doesn't matter. I could be playing your great-grandmother, and she would win, I promise. Matter of fact, I'm going to, go ahead and put this out there for all the listeners. If you're a beginner and you're really intimidated, just know this. I've been playing for 20 years in APA. And I can't win a game.
That's when all the listeners are going, oh, bless her heart. That southern cut,
I mean, all I want to do is know how do you get out of a slump. That's all I want to do. Because I'm a decent shot. I mean, really. Matter of fact, first week I met you, I actually won the little singles.
Yes, you won a singles board regional qualifier.
I sure did. So I'm a decent shot until now.
Well, I think, we were mentioning earlier, that you said, pool is 90% mental.
That's correct.
And especially being a lower skilled player,
I've
it
been
is
as
what it
high
is.
as a 5 before. Just
If you go to the table with the attitude that I'm going to miss, I'm going to
You
lose.
are going to miss
You
and
are going
lose.
to miss, and you
Absolutely.
are going to lose. You always have to dig in deep and say, I'm going to make this shot. And then, of course, if you are at the table and have no shot, that's why we give timeouts, and your coach can come help you, show you how to make the
And you
shot.
you're comfortable with taking timeouts, right? Then
yeah,
it's-
I
even
I
if-
just have a real difficult time listening to what they tell me to do.
Gosh.
Kim's really focused. Kim is really focused on the fun factor.
even if you know, like I've done this several times to Deb and Val, my captains on 8 and 9 ball team. Even if I know what the shot is and I know what I need to do, I still will call a timeout. Only because I need, one, that reassurance, like I'm not going to scratch, or two, like I've done this to Deborah several times. I'll go, okay, I just needed to breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe and talk me through this. And sure enough, if you just take that moment and, like she said, go to that table saying in your head, I'm going to make this shot, 9 times out of 10, you're going to make that shot. It's just all about, it's just a mental game. Pool is a mental game.
Well, anytime anybody wants to come hang out and help me fix my issues.
Or eat some food at Steve's.
Yeah, I mean, or just watch because it's really entertaining. I mean, I'll run the table and get down to the 8 or 9 or whatever we're playing, and I promise you, it's gonna jump off the table and run across the room before it goes in the pocket. That's all I'm saying.
But are you having fun when that happens?
No, I am actually having a great time. I'm crying.
Just crying through her.
Right? I mean,
I love it.
Coors Light can only go so far, is all I'm saying.
I love playing pool because I like to cry.
I know.
There's no crying in pool.
Right. We need T-shirts that say that.
That's right.
And I get the first one.
And I get the first. There you
That'd be a
go.
great team name.
That
We have
would
so
be.
many fun team names out there.
Oh, we do.
There's no crying in pool. That
There's-
would be a good
that is
one.
a good one.
That is a good one.
You might have just inspired somebody.
By the way, who named the show?
Oh, that was George Wade out of Steve's Q and Grill.
That's
He came up
fantastic.
with the best name. There were
You know, I
lots
saw-
of good entries, but this just summed it up.
Literally, I saw him last night, and he was like, I said, I really like the name that you submitted. And I knew, because you and I had talked. I kind of knew, but I didn't really want to tell him. But George he was standing there, and I was like, well, we'll know tomorrow. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, well.
You didn't spill the beans.
No, I did not. I did this morning on Facebook right before the show. That's all I did. But I didn't say who named it.
Who named it? Yeah.
Yeah, I did not.
Well, it was George, and he just summed it up so precisely. He won.
And am I the only one that calls George Steve all the time?
I think so. Yes.
Well, he owns
Steve's has a long,
Steve's.
well, Steve's has a long history.
I
though.
get that.
All of a sudden, he's gonna show up with a name tag that says, "Hello, my name is not Steve."
I know,
That's what
right?
he's gonna do. Every time he sees you, that's what he's gonna do.
Well, he said that when salespeople call, they always ask for Steve, and he knows not to take the call. Fortunately, I didn't have to go that route.
That is awesome.
I know, right?
That's pretty quick. I like that.
I
That's
know,
awesome.
right?
A lot of people know George by the nickname Crash, which he has asked me to remove now from his rosters.
No, can I please call him Crush? That would be so much easier than George.
You guys are gonna get in so much trouble the next time you see "quote unquote" Steve. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Well, we're featuring the team Snafu today. And again, we have Sam I Am Imker, who is on that team. That is
Yes.
an 8-ball national bound team that will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
leaving for Las Vegas to represent our area at the National Team Championships being held at the Riviera.
Very
Don't I get to
exciting.
go since I'm your lucky charm?
Yeah, you know what? I think that's the general consensus on our team. So yeah.
I mean,
apparently.
they would be playing in the city tournament. I would be getting texts. Why aren't you here? You're our lucky charm. We've lost since you left. Come back down here. And I'd be like, well, actually, I have on pajamas. Is that okay?
Is that okay?
I'm telling you, ESPN The Zone should send you out there and we can do the show's live broadcast
That would be
remote.
fantastic.
That would be so much fun.
I hope everyone is listening who's supposed to be listening
Okay,
to that.
yeah, I'm
Hint,
pretty sure
hint.
my boss is like not listening.
Well,
Yeah.
we send our teams out there with travel assistance funds, which is enough to cover their air cost in their rooms, if they're prudent. And then they also do fundraisers. I don't want anybody thinking you can hire a private jet
is
and
awesome.
stay at the Bellagio.
What? That's what I
not
signed up
gonna
for.
happen.
What the? Okay, yeah.
Besides, it's much more convenient to stay at the Riviera where the event's being held, or right across the street at Circus Circus.
Yep.
Well, the really, really, really cool thing I think about Snafu and them winning is the fact that Diamonds, which is who y'all play for,
Yes,
who
that
is
is our home
not a
team.
sponsor of the show, by the way. Y'all get on them next time y'all go in there. But I'm sure they're fixing to be. I can feel it in my bones. But they actually have fundraisers and stuff to help y'all have money.
Yes, yes.
So I think that's really, really cool.
Well, what's great, Sandy out there, she, we are her first team out of Diamonds to qualify for Las Vegas. And so she's been very gracious to do some fundraising for us. And we actually have a couple of them coming up. We're doing the Bikini Speedo car wash.
Oh my gosh, she's going to be in the bikini and Speedos.
And
know,
they actually have a rain date just in case.
We do
this
have a
does
rain
not.
date. But for your question, Kim, I plead the fifth because I don't know.
Well, I would think the team that's going to Vegas.
See, Sam, I am here sitting in front of you. We'll be
Right.
sitting behind a table,
In a
taking the money.
bikini?
No.
Don't be fooled. She is going to be wearing a red sarong.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on that one there, Scooter. So,
Hey, you're the voice of the calendar girl ad.
That's like, yeah.
you know the
You
the
have
whole
to
thing
uplive
about
the fantasy.
yeah. See, we like to keep fantasy behind the closed doors, hence the radio. But anyway, we're gonna do this car wash on Saturday, July 20th, and it's gonna be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and with the rain date on Sunday, July 21st, from 11 to 4. And basically, you're gonna come out and have your car washed by some fantastic people, and basically, we're going to do cars for like 10 and SUV trucks, for 15. And then we're going to have tons of extras. And when I say extras, I mean,
Yes, tell us about
Oh,
those
yeah.
extras. They
Yeah.
sound extra
Yeah.
special.
It's
I should've
literally on
recorded
the
this.
flyer. On the flyer, it literally says X, as in X-rated, X dash TRA. So like,
extra.
yeah. I'm glad it's not X
So
extra.
tell me about the whipped cream.
I know, right? Exactly. Well, on the flyer it says like, "What's your pleasure?" So when I first read that, I immediately went to like the radio voice. I call it the meow voice. But anyway, but we're doing a oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm reading this. Okay, we're doing a hose job.
Oh God, here we go.
Basically, you take a water hose and you hose somebody down. That's what the hose job is. Anyway, that's for 5. You get to choose to hose down one or all of the quote-unquote bikini bandits. I said it, bikini bandits. So that's, you just use that in your head however
So
you want
wait,
to.
so wait a minute. I come to get my car washed.
Oh, yeah.
And for $5 extra, I can take the hose and hose you down.
Absolutely.
I'm not
it's
getting hosed down, right?
Nope, no. But so yeah, you can choose to hose down anybody you want. Now here's the best one though. This is better than that. You get to do a whipped cream pie for an extra $10. Anything goes.
What do you mean anything goes?
Like,
Define that.
oh man, this is like public radio. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Wait a minute. Do we have to turn around so you can speak in the
I
cat?
know, right?
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna knock you out. I can't believe. Oh man. Okay. No. Anything goes means like you can do it in the face, the shoulder, the back. We'll
Are
just
you
leave it
trying
at
not
that.
to say
Yes, I am.
booty?
Yes, I'm trying to refrain
Okay,
from
so a
that.
booty cream pie
Yep.
for an extra $10.
$10, and then you can get your photo taken with the Bikini Bandits for an extra $5, and basically you can buy one extra, or be thrifty and enjoy a threesome for $15.
Oh, nice. Here we go.
So I can hose you down, put cream pie on you, and then
get a
take
picture
a picture
for
of me
15
with
bucks.
you.
15
That's a
bucks.
deal.
I know, and you don't have to get a car wash to get the extras.
Well, I mean, for $25, you get all
You get
kinds
all that.
of thrills.
Plus, we're also going to be having, like I call it pop because I'm from Michigan, but it's soda here.
Soda.
And we're gonna have sodas and stuff like that, and then we're also gonna do some baked goods out there. Made by us. When I say us, I mean probably me and the Alabama mama Donna. So we're